All right, Adam, let's talk through the goals then, because
like Kroos, that amount of time to pick passes, because he will, and he'll kill you, and that's exactly what happened.
I suppose you could argue that Toni Kroos is so deep that you'd expect him not to ping that perfect pass in that position. But on the flip side, it's Toni Kroos, and Liverpool are the pressers.
Yeah,
and they did not, Chris.
Yeah, you know what? We've just seen a replay as you were talking. I counted it. Toni Kroos was on the ball for 4 seconds. He even gave the little eyes to Vinicius Jr. as if to say, this is where I'm going to pass it. And still, it's not that no one was near him. No one was even closing him down when he played the ball, and that has to change. And as you said, when you think about Liverpool, Premier League champions in England, Champions League winners, 2 finals, a lot of that came from that ferocious, intense press. Now, I know they have evolved as a side since then, but there has to be a time when they need to go back to it, and I think it needs to be in the second half.
Brilliant goal from Vinicius, brilliant finish after that. Shoulder down before placing it beyond Alisson. Real Madrid in firm control. We'll go back to Chris and Adam very shortly for the second half of Real Madrid 2, Liverpool 0. Meanwhile, it would appear next champions of England, Manchester City, are 1-0 up on Borussia Dortmund. Jackie, only the story of the opening 45 minutes.
Yes, Man City leading Dortmund by a goal to 0. It has been lively, I can tell you that. Kevin De Bruyne with the only goal on 19 minutes. Emre Can had the ball taken from him in midfield by Riyad Mahrez, and City swiftly moved forwards. A move involving Foden on the left, who then found Mahrez, who popped for Kevin De Bruyne, who swept home from 6 yards out. He's now been directly involved in 13 goals in his last 12 Champions League matches. Earlier, Jude Bellingham, the 17-year-old Englishman in the Dortmund midfield, who's been excellent today. He had a shot parried by Ederson. He pushed the ball back into the danger area, and then Can fired over the bar. But Can has been heavily involved in the first half, and a penalty was awarded to Manchester City after a De Bruyne free kick into the box. Found Rodri, well, he put his head down towards the ball, and Can flipped his boot back to try to clear. Rodri then went down clutching his face, and a penalty was awarded. Can was booked for his protestations, and the referee Hatagan from Romania ran over to the referee review area, and he looked at many replays and decided it was no foul, overturned his awarding of the penalty. And then Dortmund, who didn't give up, they're very spirited in that first half. Guerrero racing down the left-hand side, dinked the ball forwards towards 17-year-old Bellingham. The goalkeeper Ederson got there first, but he miscontrolled it. Bellingham challenged him, won the ball, but the referee blew for a foul before Bellingham put the net, so it couldn't technically be reviewed by VAR. Bellingham was booked for the foul. Dortmund, though, felt that Ederson had committed the foul. So plenty of talking points from that first half. But City, a goal to the good, but Dortmund, I think, will be happy, and certainly their manager will be happy with the way they performed in that first half. They're far from out of this tie. And
in terms of that opening goal from Kevin De Bruyne, I mean, it was all him. I mean, that was very him. Almost every element of that sort of galloping run he's got to move up the pitch when City had won the ball.
Oh, he's just quality, isn't he? He's absolute quality. When we talk about them not having a centre forward, a recognised striker, and in theory you have Bernardo Silva as the most forward player on the team sheet, but yeah, really that hasn't necessarily been the case. And De Bruyne has been in midfield, he's popped up in centre forward, so too has Gundogan at times, so too has Mahrez and Foden. We know the way they interchange their passing, but De Bruyne is just such high quality. He knows where to be at any given moment, and his teammates know how to find him. And it was a lovely cut back from Mahrez, lovely counter-attack, a lovely goal. But Dortmund, as I said, very much still in this tie.
Have you seen enough from Dortmund to suggest they can get a goal in that second half tonight, Jackie?
Yes, and it's just so easy. It's a little bit lazy, if you like, for us to talk about, or for me, shall I say, to talk about Haaland as being their best chance. It's obvious, given his extraordinary stats in this competition and for Dortmund as a whole. But never mind him, the rest of the team have proven that they are here to compete in this tie. Yet it's not going their way in the Bundesliga. They're 5th. They're 7 points off 4th place after that hammer blow of a home defeat by Eintracht Frankfurt on Saturday, they being in that 4th position. But they are very much in this tie, and they've shown that they can match City at times. Yes, City have the superior quality, but they have the pace of the likes of Knauf making his first senior start, and Guerreiro's look promising. But Jude Bellingham has run that midfield for Dortmund. He has been absolutely everywhere.
OK, Jackie, thank you. We'll come back to you for the start of the second half. Jackie Oatley watching Manchester City 1, Borussia Dortmund 0, eventful first half in Manchester tonight. Of course, 2 more quarter-finals in the Champions League get underway tomorrow night, including Porto versus Chelsea. Chelsea boss Thomas Tuchel is staying mindful of Porto's rich history in the competition.
I feel Porto very strong as a team. They absolutely, this is a given that they play this team on a play this game on a high intensity level. They defend very, very solid. They defend with a high solidarity, very compact. They have a good mix between a deep defending and a high pressing. They scored and created a lot of chances against Juventus with a high pressing. And I mean, it's Porto. They have a history in Champions League. They have a history of winning knockout games. You cannot underestimate this value in this competition. So we have full respect, like it is absolutely necessary on this kind of level, and honestly on any level in this game, that you respect your opponent, and on the same time we feel confident that we can overcome Porto and we can beat them. But there is a certain factor that is called luck. There is a certain factor that you need a little of a momentum in the games. You need to have your squad available. So some decisions need to be in your favor, and then we can do it. Yes, then we can do it, and we absolutely want to do it. This is clear. We play this quarterfinal to end up in semi-final. This goal is clearly set.
And you can hear much more from this feature-length interview with Thomas Tuchel in the build-up to Porto versus Chelsea on Matchday Live tomorrow night. Chris Parrott with me, Rob Daly. Chris, Chelsea at relatively good shape, but no Sergio Oliveira for Porto, and Taremi as well. And you get the feeling for a team that, Chris, have been so defensively good in the competition, they still need their 2 primary attacking outlets to get something perhaps in that first leg.
Or how many times this season has Sergio Oliveira been the difference for Porto, including in both legs against Juventus? And I'm fascinated. That interview with Thomas Tuchel, I believe, was done before the weekend. Whether his mood might be slightly altered after that defeat to West Bromwich Albion in the English Premier League, we shall see. But I just wonder whether that defeat might have come at a really bad time for Porto as well. You know, when you know that Thomas Tuchel will have had some words, most definitely. The squad themselves will have done too. And whether they might go to Porto with a renewed sense of wanting to prove a point. But we've seen this a lot with Porto, who play an attacking brand of football in Portugal when they are one of the big teams in the UEFA Champions League. Despite their history now, they tend to set up quite defensively, and they've really thwarted some very, very good teams, and Chelsea will know that. They will have seen exactly what they did to Juventus over 2 legs to go through in the last round, and Porto will believe they can reach the semi-finals, no doubt about it.
Big win for them against Juve in the last round, unbeaten in 19 in the league. Chelsea, as Chris mentioned there, beaten 5-2 at home by West Brom in the Premier League at the weekend. Bayern with a big win against Leipzig at the weekend, which has them 7 points clear now. They've moved further clear of their closest challengers, Leipzig, after that win in the east of Germany. But no Robert Lewandowski. Paris Saint-Germain without a number of players, including Verratti, Bernat, Florenzi, who's one of the latest to test positive for COVID-19, Icardi and Of course, we have full match commentary of that for you tomorrow night on Matchday Live, a rematch of the 2020 final between Bayern and Paris Saint-Germain. We can see Thiago, by the way, who came on as a late first half sub for Naby Keita, not through injury, but Jurgen Klopp not happy with the way his team were functioning. Thiago came on. He's not gotten down the tunnel for the half-time team talk. He stayed out to continue his warm-up, so we can see him in all red wearing that number 6 shirt out on the pitch at the Estadio Alfredo Di Stefano. Kick-off for the second half coming up very shortly, as well as updates from City versus Dortmund. If you are just joining us, this is what you've missed in the first half.
Now, Vinicius Junior looks to break through and gets the opening goal. Well, what a run that was from left to centre, in behind the Liverpool defence, got into a central position and drilled it beyond Alisson, past the keeper on the keeper's right-hand side. It's a brilliant finish, that, from Vinicius Junior. Or it could be in Asensio. Here he is, and it's going to be a second, and it's a big error at the back from Liverpool that's punished to the fullest of effect. And inside the final 10 minutes of this first half, Real Madrid have doubled their lead. A tap-in for Asensio. Real Madrid 2, Liverpool 0.
Chan gives the ball away to Mahrez. De Bruyne just skips past the challenge of Dahoud. Now here's a chance for Manchester City, and Mahrez looks to cut the ball back, and he scored. Kevin De Bruyne for Manchester City. 19 minutes played. They had plenty to do, but you cannot gift possession to a City side who's won 26 of the last 27 games, and City have the advantage in the quarter-finals. It's Manchester City 1, Borussia Dortmund 0.
That's the way it would stay to half-time. We can see the Dortmund players are coming out for the second half there. And, of course, it's Real Madrid 2, Liverpool 0. We're going with great Champions League rivalries between teams on social media tonight. Get your suggestions in using the hashtag #MatchDayLive on Twitter. Zizou, not the Zizou, of course, on Twitter says Real Madrid versus Bayern is the great European football rivalry. Always a delight to watch those games. And Aussie's gone for a good one. Manchester United versus Barcelona during the Sir Alex Ferguson and Guardiola era. Two of the best attacking teams in the world. Keep your suggestions coming in using the hashtag #MatchDayLive. City's players are making their way out as well right now, the City of Manchester Stadium. So let's go to Jackie Oatley ahead of kick-off in the second half. Jackie.
Yes, the players out, just about to get underway. It doesn't look as though there are going to be any changes at all. And I think Edin Terzic, the Borussia Dortmund coach, will be very happy with what he saw from his side in terms of their spirit, in terms of their confidence levels. They certainly weren't overawed by a side that's won 26 of their last 27 games and are imperious in so many ways. They very much hung in here. Things haven't always gone their way. They felt a little aggrieved on occasions, but they're very much in this match, and they'll look to try to score with the richly talented leading goal scorer in this competition, Erling Haaland. But don't rule out some of the other players. Jude Bellingham, the 17-year-old Englishman, has been outstanding.
Jackie, thank you. They're lining up for the second half. Then we'll go to Jackie Oatley throughout the course of the evening for regular updates. City 1, Dortmund 0 there. You're listening to Matchday Live with me, Rob Daly, on UEFA.com, the Champions League app, and live across North America on Sirius XM FC. Their teams are back out at the Estadio Alfredo Di Stefano. Real Madrid 2-0 up on Liverpool. The second half about to get underway. Your commentary team tonight through the quarter-finals of the Champions League. Chris Parrott and first Adam Summerton.
Yeah, Liverpool with it all to do, and quite simply, they have to be much better in this second half. Jurgen Klopp's side, no changes made at half-time by the coach, but he did make one slightly before half-time with Keita withdrawn and Thiago brought on. Liverpool in all red, attacking the goal away to our right in this second half. Real Madrid in all white, attacking the goal to our left. It's Asensio and Vinicius Junior with the goals in the first half, and it's going to be very interesting to see just what level of intensity we get from Liverpool in this first few minutes of this second half, because it has to surely be upped from Jurgen Klopp's side.
Yeah, and you know, Thiago has come on to try and control the game a little more, and yeah, he spent the whole of that 15 minutes basically going through his warm-up because he'd been on the pitch for a couple of minutes. But you know, from Zinedine Zidane's point of view, he will hope that he's not talking about some of those missed opportunities in the first half, because he will want exactly the same type of performance. He'll want the same sort of movement, because you mentioned it at half-time about how Vinicius has operated off the left into the middle. Benzema has gone the other way, and I think that movement, that surprise movement, perhaps from both players, has caught Liverpool out a lot.
Wijnaldum first to a loose ball and plays it into the left-back position for Robertson. Back it goes from Wijnaldum to Alisson. It's worth remembering that in that first half, we barely mentioned the fact that Real Madrid are without Ramos and Varane, and have lost Varane on the day of the game as well. But Sadio Mane is down here, and Liverpool are going to get a free kick. I think it's about midway inside the Real Madrid half, and it looks as though it's Militao, one of the centre halves, who's down injured here after that collision with Sadio Mane.
Yeah, he tried to be aggressive and step out and win the ball, but Mane did well to get his body in the way, and it was a crunching collision. Both went down, both will be okay, but definitely a free kick. But you know, you barely mentioned Nacho and barely mentioned Militao, and that's because they didn't have a great deal of defending to do, but they didn't do anything wrong either.
Fabinho with the ball to the left-hand side. So back inside now to Wijnaldum. Thiago. As Alexander-Arnold making a run down the right, he's ignored and he turns away Thiago from Kroos, and then Phillips with the ball into the centre circle for Kabak. And then it's to Robertson. Certainly Liverpool dominating the possession in the first couple of minutes here. Real Madrid seem a little more happy maybe to sit back a little bit here as ball plays into the Real Madrid penalty area, but behind it goes for a goal kick. So 47 gone, Real Madrid 2, Liverpool 0.
Yeah, and it has been a slightly slower start from Real Madrid, and I don't think Liverpool will mind if they do sit back a little more. I think if Real Madrid can continue being as aggressive as they were in that first half, they'll get more chances to extend this lead further.
Header by Fabinho here to Thiago. There just didn't seem to be any idea really from Liverpool as to how to break down Real Madrid in that first half. Aside from one nice ball in that we saw from Trent Alexander-Arnold from the right, I can't really think of any other time when they've looked remotely threatened, really, Real Madrid.
Thibaut Courtois was his first quarter-final for a while. It's his easiest quarter-final, I would suggest.
Robertson with the ball in, headed clear by Vazquez. Already, though, I would say there is more intent about Liverpool at the start of this second half. Robertson, inside it goes to Jota. He was caught there by Vazquez, and we're going to see a yellow card here for the Real Madrid right back.
First real sign of Jota in the game, though, and yeah, this has been an encouraging start to the second half, I would suggest. And I don't think we're being unfair. That the best thing you could say about that first half from a Liverpool point of view was that it was only 2-0, and they are very much in the tie, particularly if they get the next goal tonight. And they have a platform here. Alexander-Arnold might defensively this season not be at his peak, but my word, he can still whip in a wonderful set piece, and Robertson is there too.
This to be taken on the left-hand side. It's Robertson, the left footer, who's got his right arm up here as he swings it in left-footed, and it was a good header. I'm trying to think, it was Nacho who put his head on there. Goes out for a throw-in on this near side, the Liverpool right. And it's Wijnaldum who's going to leave this here for Alexander-Arnold, wearing 66 to take it to the right-hand edge of the area, and Thiago back to Alexander-Arnold as he fired in a right-footed cross that came off Vinicius, and out for a throw-in just in from the corner flag on this near side, the Liverpool right in the 50th minute, still 2-0 to Real Madrid. There's a high boot there in the box from Mo Salah, and the referee allowed the play to go on. It was Militao who was holding his head as he came away from that. Liverpool will come again here with Robertson, who looks to go on the outside of Vazquez and stands up across, and easy take for Thibaut Courtois. But already, I would say, Chris, in the first 5 minutes of this second half, we've seen way more intent from Liverpool than we did in the full 45 minutes of the first half.
Amazing what half-time break can do, but this is the danger, of course, Real Madrid playing on the counter-attack. But yeah, it's been a totally different game so far, and for Liverpool fans listening, that's a good thing.
OK, let's go to the other game tonight in the UEFA Champions League. Of course, Manchester City facing Borussia Dortmund, and Dortmund have been promising early in the second half. Jackie Oatley.
Oh, they've had a great chance. Erling Haaland, for the first time tonight, played through by a sumptuous through ball from Dahoud. If Kevin De Bruyne had played that through ball, we'd be talking about it for weeks. But Haaland
Jota now into the boxes, fallen for Salah! In for Liverpool! They've gotten away goal! And the pressure is told at the start of this second half. It's Mo Salah who points over towards the Liverpool bench and then kisses the turf in his customary style. But Liverpool have shown intent and it's been rewarded. It's game on in the Spanish capital.
Certainly is, and it all came from a brilliant run from Gini Wijnaldum, up over halfway into Jota, who dribbled beyond a couple. Salah, I think he's just onside. It's close. Lucas Vazquez plays him onside, and when he got that ball, slightly fortunate ricochet to him. My word, he finished it well. He got it out from under his feet, and the power took it beyond Courtois, who got a touch, but could only really ricochet it up onto the bar, and in it went. Wow, the tie looks very, very different now.
Kissed the bottom of the bar as it went in. That's a massive goal for Liverpool. Real Madrid 2, Liverpool 1.
Well, they're just reviewing that goal quickly. We'll come back to Adam, but it looks like it will stand. Let's go to Manchester. Jackie Oatley. Sorry, interrupted you there, Jackie. City up on Dortmund.
Yes, and it was so nearly an equaliser from Erling Haaland. It was just such a wonderful through ball from De Hood. Through to Haaland, who did really well to beat the challenge of Ruben Diaz on his favoured left foot, and he tried to play the shot across the goalkeeper Ederson, but fine save by the feet of Ederson to deny Haaland his only chance. And then just now a sumptuous crossfield pass, left-footed from Kevin De Bruyne, found Phil Foden. He cut in from the right onto his left foot and then dragged his shot wide of the right-hand post. City leading by a goal to nil.
Jackie, I did just see another nervy moment for Emre Can in possession under pressure for De Bruyne. They're really targeting him here.
They are. Here's another chance for Manchester City. They cut the ball back. It is cleared very calmly by Kanji. I wouldn't have been that calm, I could tell you that for nothing, right in front of goal with City players bearing down. But yes, Emre Can has had an eventful evening, shall we say, after it was he who lost the ball in midfield for that De Bruyne goal, the only one of the night so far, and he was upset after conceding a penalty that was overturned.
Thank you, Jackie. Of course, we're back on the way in Madrid. Liverpool's goal stands.
Justa's header is just wide. Well, a cross came over from Alexander-Arnold, and it was a lovely ball. Jota read it really well, had taken up a good position. And Liverpool here are a completely different proposition to what they were in the first half. Suddenly, they're all over Real Madrid, and we used the word passive about Liverpool in the first half. Chris, you could say similar about Real Madrid in this second half, but now they look to counter. And this is really good game. It's very much opened up. Vinicius now to the edge of the box. Mendy to his left. Inside it went to Kroos. Wide to the left-hand edge of the area now for Mendy. He dinks across towards the back post. Headed behind by Robertson for a corner kick to Real Madrid. That's the first time Real Madrid have really burst into life in this second half, because Liverpool have dominated up till that point.
Strap yourselves in. What 9 minutes been already. Where to start? That was quite a good opportunity for Real Madrid, but the cross in from Alexander-Arnold was unbelievably good. He sliced across it. Could easily have been 2-2. Now it's a corner for Real Madrid for 3-1.
Outswinging corner, and Militao tried to stick his head on it but couldn't, but it'll come now to Asensio. Mo Salah with the goal that has got Liverpool back into this tie, and a away goal for Liverpool as well. Who knows how important that could be in the fullness of time. But I can't emphasise enough how different Liverpool have been in this second half to the way they played the first. It's night and day.
I think it's the way we thought they were going to play, or try and play from minute one, but they didn't. And here is Toni Kroos, and look, he's closed down by Fabinho, and then he passed it to Modric, who was closed down by Thiago. Where was this from Liverpool for the opening 45 minutes?
Modric now able to turn just outside of the centre circle, gets it back off Casemiro. The one thing I would say, since that chance for Jota when you first just came back to us there, Real Madrid seems to have regained an element of control again now. They've just, the tempo has slowed down a little bit. It's almost like we've had that flurry from Liverpool. Now they've sat in a little bit.
Yeah, from a Liverpool point of view, I'd like them to carry on though, because I think if they go back to the way they were playing in the opening period, then Real Madrid will dominate again, and they may well score.
Benzema fires a ball to the right-hand side. It's with Asensio on the right-hand edge of the area. His attempted shot come cross was blocked, and now it's Sadio Mane to bring it clear for Liverpool. 3 forward in this attack. It's the front three as it's played into the centre circle now for Wijnaldum. Alexander-Arnold's a long way forward, 3 on the edge of the box. Alexander-Arnold looks for Mane, it almost found Jota. Good defensive header to get it clear. And then there's a foul by Thiago on Asensio, and he's going to be booked for that challenge, Thiago. But suddenly there is space for Liverpool, there is opportunities for Liverpool where there was nothing in the first half.
Yeah, and then there's players out of position for Real Madrid to break. It's really is end-to-end at the moment. First leg of this quarter-final tie, and the opening 11 minutes of this second half have been absolutely fantastic to watch. Risk against reward now from Liverpool's point of view. Now they have the away goal. They're chasing the equaliser. But some of the key protagonists in the first half for Real Madrid have barely had a look in. You think of Vinicius Jr. Don't think you've mentioned his name in this second half, and he was everywhere in the opening period.
We can talk a lot about shape and formations and tactics, but for me it's very simple. The difference between Liverpool in the first half and the second half is energy, intensity and pressing. They're the differences for me. They were very passive, sitting off quite a bit in the first half, almost waiting for the game to come to them.
Well, look now, you know, just as you're saying that Lucas Vazquez had the ball in the right back position, pressed immediately. Toni Kroos dropping in as a sweeper, pressed immediately, and they've done fantastically to play through at Real Madrid.
Yeah, they really did work that well. Real Madrid down the right-hand side. They attacked the goal away to our left in this second half. It's Real Madrid 2, Liverpool 1 in this UEFA Champions League quarter-final first legs. Great to have your company on UEFA Champions League Matchday Live. You've heard the voice there of Chris Parrott, expert summariser, alongside me as Kroos fires it across right-footed. Brought down here. Asensio, his cross looking for Benzema at the back posts. Keeps it in down by the dead ball line, supported by Vinicius. Vinicius up against Wijnaldum. Kroos with the pass wide back to Benzema. Crowded penalty area. Benzema gets it onto his right foot, cuts across the box, gets a right-footed shot in, blocked by Nat Phillips. And then Salah loses possession. And now suddenly Real Madrid are zipping it about again a little bit more. Short 5-yard passes. Casemiro's going to have a go here. And a combination of Thiago and Phillips got it clear, but it's going to come straight back at Liverpool. Real energy about the game from both sides now. And we're in for quite a final, 35 minutes or so. It's going to be fascinating, this.
It's all happening. Two very good blocks there, because Casemiro and Benzema's efforts were on target, I think. Now it's back with Thibaut Courtois. This opening 30 minutes of the second half has absolutely whizzed by. This is why this competition at this stage it's so good. Zidane's sitting there for 44 minutes thinking it's easy, and all of a sudden Jurgen Klopp then had the thinking to do, and now it's completely changed. It's Zidane who's probably thinking maybe I need to change something, and the change in momentum has been enormous.
Thiago, who maybe's had a part to play in that, having been brought on slightly ahead of half-time for Naby Keita by Jurgen Klopp. Now it's Alexander-Arnold down the right. Left-footed pass inside to Salah. Salah gets it again. There seemed to be a foul there on Jota. Cross in towards Mane, and it might come across here to Robertson. He might pull it into the 6-yard box, but it was blocked, and it'll go out for a throw-in deep inside the Real Madrid half on the left-hand side.
What a cross from Salah with the outside of his left foot, shaped beautifully towards Mane. Had that been Firmino, he might have finished that.
Kroos now has it, midway inside the Real Madrid half. Plays a right-footed pass to Mendy, just short of the hour mark in the Spanish capital, as the ball down the left-hand side goes out of play for a Liverpool throw-in. Compelling stuff from the Champions League.
Just having a look at the goal from Salah, he was onside. They got the lines out. It was very close. The feet were easily onside, but it was the right arm which might have been problematic. It was millimetres, but it was good. It was the correct decision. And Salah thundered it in off the crossbar. 2-1. What a game.
Salah with the ball inside to Jota, who slipped, and it allowed Vazquez to get it back for Real Madrid. Got to say the passing from both sides has been much better as well in this second half. I would include Real Madrid in that, actually. It sounds weird to say it, but they have actually been stroking the ball about with more precision and pace at times than they did in the first half.
I think they've had to, because Liverpool are pressing them so much now. They haven't just got 3 or 4 seconds on the ball to decide what they want to do.
Yeah, that is exactly why. It's sped up Real Madrid's play. Liverpool's pressing. Militao fires the ball to the right-hand side, and Vazquez, a winger playing at full-back essentially. Mane with the ball here to Fabinho, and midway inside the Liverpool half. He retains possession well here and then looks to drive forward, goes down inside the centre circle, told to get to his feet by the referee. Vinicius now up against Alexander-Arnold, edge of the area, looking to check, and then he's got Mendy behind him, goes inside instead to Benzema. Benzema fires wide to Mendy, down towards the dead ball line, and then Thiago looked to control it in the box. Kroos hit one, but got right underneath it, and it sailed way over the bar. 2-1 to Real Madrid.
Oh, what a game in Madrid right now. Let's cross to Manchester meanwhile, where there's a good chance here, Jackie Oatley, for Borussia Dortmund.
This time very much in the balance. Dortmund have been excellent at times, and they have an opportunity with a free kick inside the D, so about 22 yards out. Attacking the goal away to our right, Erling Haaland was challenged by John Stones, and the referee deemed that to be a foul on the Norwegian striker, who's had one really good chance in the second half, but Ederson made a fabulous save. And now it's Rafael Guerreiro standing over the ball, potentially with a left-footed shot. Otherwise, Marco Reus, the captain, with the right footer. As the referee, Mr. Hatigan from Romania, has been heavily involved tonight, urges the wall to remain its 10 yards back as Reus stands over this. Will it be him or Guerreiro? Reus takes it into the wall, and it's cleared away by Manchester City, and Reus has a second bite of the cherry and scuffs the shot wide. 1-0 to City.
They are still in that game, Borussia Dortmund, playing very well in Manchester. The first half goal from De Bruyne, the difference right now. Past the hour in both of our games tonight. Real Madrid 2, Liverpool 1. Adam Summerton.
Real Madrid on the attack with Vinicius, and it's snuffed out by Nat Phillips, who just stepped out of defence to take it away from the left-sided player. But Real Madrid have it now with Casemiro, who finds Kroos. 62 gone, by the way. Real Madrid 2, Liverpool 1 in this quarter-final first leg. Second leg to come at Anfield. Liverpool with that away goal as Fabinho's helped out by Nat Phillips. And now Thiago. Liverpool look to counter-attack here. Jota, who's got Robertson to his left, Mane central, Salah's getting up in support as well. Jota to Robertson, Robertson to Jota, and Mane just taken away from him. Brilliant challenge that by Mendy. It's a goal-saving challenge in the 6-yard box to take it away from Mane. It was a tap-in had he not made that, Mendy. That's absolutely brilliant defending.
Oh, no wonder he gets high fives from his teammates. Lovely move. I thought Jota was going to go for goal on his left foot, and then he poked a ball. It looked perfect with the outside of his right to Mane. Must have thought he was going to score. And Mendy came flying in to put it behind. That all came after a crunching challenge from Phillips.
Corner, outswinger. And it's a good claim that by Courtois, very commanding, and he rolls out to Benzema, and off go Real Madrid. End-to-end stuff here. Liverpool are flat-footed at the back. Vinicius is completely unmarked, but Asensio couldn't find him. Alexander-Arnold with such an important interception. Wow, that was such a swift counter-attack, and it should be 3-1. Make no bones about it. That is really poor from Asensio.
Alexander gets the block, credit to him, but he shouldn't have had a chance, Adam. It was 3-on-3. He could have gone for goal. It was a reasonably simple square ball to Vinicius Jr. His expression told the story. He could not believe that ball hadn't found its way to him. Credit Alexander-Arnold, but that is an almighty let-off for Liverpool. What a game. There's not much defending going on. Well, there is, but it's very last-ditch.
Yeah, he was completely unmarked, Vinicius, and Asensio just had to square it to him. Modric now. Modric with the pass. Vinicius with the shot! And in it goes! And Real Madrid restore their 2-goal cushion. Vinicius Jr. with the instinctive shot on the turn beats Alisson down to his left. Some way to restore, as I say, that 2-goal cushion. Great finish. And 65 gone. Real Madrid 3, Liverpool 1.
I think by Alisson's very high standards, he'll be disappointed. Modric burst into the box, though. The effort looked like it was going to be a reasonably routine save for a goalkeeper of his quality down to his left. All came from the throw. Benzema did well, rolled it back to Modric. First time hit, but Alisson will be very disappointed that he's just palmed that into the back of the net. Good hit from Vinicius Jr., but the Brazilian goalkeeper, I think, will have expected to save that. And this will do the world of good for Real Madrid. Real test of Liverpool's character now. They worked ever so hard to get back into this game, and all of a sudden that 2-goal cushion has been restored from Real Madrid's point of view.
Super response from Real Madrid, 3-1 the lead. Let's go to Manchester. Jackie Oatley.
As Gundogan lets fly edge of the penalty area. Brilliant challenge though by Hummels. This is end-to-end, and Manchester City have just had a glorious chance to double their advantage. De Bruyne once again on the right-hand side, cut the ball back for Foden. What an opportunity for him. It was on target, but it was saved by the boot of Marvin Hitz, and then Cancelo with a follow-up way over the bar. 1-0 to City.
Wow, big chance, Real Madrid. Adam Summerton.
Yeah, it fell to Asensio in the box, and he just had it taken away from him at the last by Alisson, but this is so open now, this game, and off go Liverpool now on the attack. It's Salah down the right-hand side and dispossessed by Casemiro. It was a great challenge by him, but Liverpool are so open, and Real Madrid are sensing here more goals could be available to them. What's even amazing about this game is just how it's changed. I mean, the start of the second half, Liverpool looked a completely different side. They get back into it. They look like they might even equalise, and now suddenly again, Real Madrid are right on top once more.
Yeah, and from a neutral point of view, Adam, that third goal, it's almost good, because now Liverpool do just have to carry on throwing everything at Real Madrid, I think. Or certainly they seem to think so, and that's going to create chances at both ends. It's been absolutely frantic in this second half. I mean, this could finish anything. It really could. It could finish in a thumping Real Madrid victory. Wouldn't discount Liverpool from scoring 2 goals and equalising the way this second half is going. Zidane and Klopp are going absolutely bananas on the touchline. I'm not sure this was part of the plan, in truth, but it's the way the game's gone. And it is a compelling watch.
It was like almost Liverpool started this game almost like they wanted to play a calm chess match, and now they're playing it like a basketball match.
Yeah, and Real Madrid have thought, yeah, we'll have a bit of that. Why not? We've got the power up front, and here they come again, chasing a fourth.
And it's with Modric, 68th minute, Real Madrid 3, Liverpool 1. And Jota now has it for Liverpool. I wonder whether Klopp might be tempted to do what he did at Arsenal at the weekend and throw on Firmino, but then would that leave them too exposed, because they've already looked exposed without 4 forwards on the pitch. Be a massive gamble, but one maybe he needs to take.
Yeah, we're going to see a Real Madrid change in a moment by the looks of things. I don't know whether it's Federico Valverde. We see, couldn't quite spot down there. I think it is going to be Valverde who's going to come on to add maybe a little more legs in midfield. So whether he takes off one of his 3-star central midfielders, we shall see.
Brought down here by Robertson. Robertson inside to Jota. Back it comes now to Fabinho. Wijnaldum to Thiago. Buys it across to Robertson, level with the edge of the Real Madrid box, into the area now, and Mane down by the dead ball line. Mane trying to shake off the attentions of Militao and Vazquez, the pair of them managing to rob him of possession in the end. And Vazquez under pressure down by the corner flag, and his clearance only finds Fabinho. And then Casemiro plays it back to Thibaut Courtois, and he thumps clear.
It's not panicky necessarily, but every touch now is being tested from every player out there. Liverpool are still in the attacking third.
Jota towards the edge of the box, plays back to Thiago. Now Liverpool zipping it about a bit. Cross into the box, headed clear, but it might drop here for Alexander-Arnold. Bit of afters between Alexander-Arnold and Vinicius. The referee's just coming across. There was no arms raised, it was just a brief coming together.
Yeah, Alexander-Arnold had Jurgen Klopp right behind him, so I think Vinicius Jr. was thinking of taking it any further. He probably saw the giant German and thought, no, I won't. But that's been a great battle all evening long between those two. Vinicius Jr. most definitely has come out on top. Jurgen Klopp was almost acting like Trent's dad there. Here comes the change.
Yeah, the one that we had been expecting. Valverde to be brought on then, and it's Asensio who scored the second goal on the night for Real Madrid, who makes way. 20 minutes to go here.
See what this does to their formation, though. Interesting.
You'd take this, wouldn't you, if you were Zinedine Zidane?
You would, but after that first half, you'd be disappointed that Liverpool have the away goal. You would, yeah. And they have been quite successful this season, being compact and soaking up pressure. And that change is definitely a defensive one.
Mane looking to get the return ball from Jota on the edge of the box. Of course, they have a really big game coming up in the Spanish top flight at the weekend at home against Barcelona.
Yeah, just that small matter of that game between the two Champions League quarter-finals. Second leg next week, of course, at Anfield next Wednesday. Come around very quickly at this stage of the season.
It's Atletico who lead the way in the Spanish top flights. Vinicius now looks to attack, works his way to the edge of the box, and then plays the pass to Benzema, and hits it right-footed, but Alisson saves down to his left-hand side.
Well, he's not yet had much of a golden chance, which is a bit of a surprise given his goal-scoring record, but it might yet come.
Robertson, inside it goes to Mane, who's able to turn. and then slips it through the legs of Casemiro, and then finds Mo Salah. Mo Salah spots the runner Thiago into the box, and Jota's in there as well. Jota's header is well wide in the end, though. Nice approach play by Liverpool.
19 minutes left, Adam. It's a bit of a shame. This one could go on for another half, and you'd be entertained, I think. As watching a replay of that Karim Benzema effort, would have forced a decent save, or a better save, I think, had it been maybe slightly off the ground, but trying to catch out Alisson to his left, like Vinicius Junior did for his goal and Real Madrid's third goal. Maybe now just is the time that Real Madrid are going to think of maybe slowing down the pace a little, use some tactics, save a bit of time, try and stop Liverpool's momentum, and you can understand why.
So much of the time the previous round against Leipzig was played on Liverpool's terms, winning both games by 2-0. Foul given against Alexander-Arnold again. It's him and Vinicius coming together. Alexander-Arnold feeling that it was a fair challenge. Vinicius going down holding his right leg. But it's going to be a Real Madrid free kick. It's a lovely ball as I see a replay of the third goal for Real Madrid. Yes, maybe Alisson, a keeper of his ability, may feel he could have done better. But Modric with a nice ball into Vinicius, who hit it first time, right-footed into that bottom corner. Did get something on it, the goalkeeper, but not enough to keep it out.
Modric did so well to burst into the box, though, and caught out Fabinho slightly, I think. You don't say that too often. Brazilian is so good in that defensive midfield role, but Modric just got the better of him, split second, that's all it took, created the chance. Liverpool coming forward, though, and I mean, we can't overstate it. 3-1 is a fantastic night for Real Madrid. 3-2 is still a win, but Liverpool, well, it would set up the second leg wonderfully if they were to get a second away goal.
Well, Kabak's given the ball away midway inside the Real Madrid half here, and it looked like Liverpool might get caught there, but the offside flag went up against Benzema, and Liverpool take the free kick within almost a second. No time wasted. Mane fires it to the left-hand side. Jota plays it back now to Robertson. Plays it short to Thiago, midway inside the Real Madrid half. It's come across now to Alexander-Arnold, who's got Mo Salah right next to him, stood to his left. Mo Salah now cuts inside, holds off Toni Kroos, floats the ball to the edge of the box, headed clear by Vazquez. Then Thiago plays it to Robertson. Robertson inside to Salah. Salah to Jota, who looked for the movement of Mane in behind him into the penalty area, but the flick wasn't good enough, and Real Madrid bringing it clear now with Vinicius.
Alexander-Arnold is so far up the pitch tonight, Adam Summerton. I mean, tactically, by Jurgen Klopp, he's pretty much playing like a winger, and Fabinho is then the person who fills in at right back, really, but he's a lot further forward than Robertson is in terms of starting positions, most definitely. When Liverpool have the ball, Robertson is an orthodox left back, and Alexander-Arnold is basically a right winger.
Final quarter of an hour approaching. Real Madrid 3, Liverpool 1. Real Madrid in their all-white attacking the goal to our left in the second half. And it's with Luka Modric, who's almost in a right-back position here as he slows the game down to a walking pace and plays it back to Thibaut Courtois. And you wonder how much game management there will be here now in the final quarter of an hour from Real Madrid, as to whether they'll really pick their moments to attack Liverpool and just sit in for the most part, because as you've just said, 3-1 would be a very good scoreline to take with them to Merseyside.
I think that change to bring Valverde on has commenced that period of the game from Zidane's point of view, and he will back, even without Varane and Ramos, he'll back the experience he has on the pitch to do just that, and they have been very good at it this season in all competitions.
Put out for a throw-in by Nacho. It's taken quickly as Wijnaldum deep inside the Real Madrid half on this near side, the right. It's just under pressure from Mendy. Plays it back to Phillips. Inside it goes to Fabinho. Fabinho with the ball into the centre circle for Kabak. Kabak across now to Wijnaldum on this near side, the right. Into Salah, who's looking to roll Mendy and look to give it to Wijnaldum, and Kroos plays it back to Nacho, who takes no chances in his own penalty area and sticks it out of touch for a Liverpool throw-in. Taken quickly by Alexander-Arnold. The ball's barely been out of play, at least it hasn't. That's how it's felt in this second half.
It's been a brilliant watch. It's all Liverpool now, and I think that is partly due to the tactics of Real Madrid. Been a real shift, and now it's almost like a white wall. Yes, they will play on the counter-attack given the opportunity, but there's not too much pressure on the ball until Liverpool get in really dangerous positions.
Mo Salah taking it down the right-hand side here and looking to hold off Mendy. And it's out for a Liverpool throw-in just in from the corner flag. Do have the third best defensive record in the Spanish top flight this season, Real Madrid.
It's been a feature of much more workmanlike than, you know, Real Madrid as a club you associate with wonderful attacking football.
Jota inside the penalty area, gives it to Salah. Salah to the edge of the box, and Thiago decides to have a go, and it was well off target. 77 gone, Real Madrid 3, Liverpool 1.
Yeah, same minutes on the clock in Manchester. Jackie Oatley.
Well, Kevin De Bruyne is determined to set up Phil Foden for a goal tonight. Foden has had a number of opportunities now, but the goalkeeper Marvin Hitz has been equal to it. Previously sticking out a boot, this time Foden went clean through, fired straight at the goalkeeper once again. Still 1-0 City with 12 minutes remaining.
Okay, we want your thoughts as well on Twitter. Use the hashtag MatchDayLive to get in touch with us. Lots of you praising Vinicius Jr. tonight, including David on Twitter. He has been outstanding with his 2 goals, Adam Summerton.
He has, yeah, he's been very influential, and you got the feeling that certainly in the first half, Real Madrid were really targeting that Liverpool right-hand side, and as Chris highlighted himself, that Alexander-Arnold has been at times quite high and has been caught out of position on a few occasions, and maybe Vinicius has in part benefited from that, but he was... It was a very tidy finish, I thought, even though Alisson might have felt he could have done better for that second Vinicius goal. But Liverpool have it now with Alexander-Arnold. Should be remembered, as we keep pointing out with the away goals rule, the way that this tie can swing, that 3-2, if Liverpool could pull another one back, would not be the worst of scorelines, bearing in mind the way that this game has panned out. We'll see if they can get one back. They're preparing another change, Liverpool. Shaqiri's going to be coming on, but they're on the attack here. It's with Wijnaldum. Now Salah. Loose pass from Salah, though, needed better in the circumstances, and it's Vinicius now inside to Benzema. Modric plays it first time to Casemiro. A midfield three of Modric, Kroos, Casemiro. They're very rarely more than sort of 10 metres apart, are they? Play so close together, almost in a triangle, isn't it?
Yeah, extraordinary. I mean, you mentioned it. In 10, 20, 30 years, we'll be talking about them as one of the greatest midfield partnerships there has been, and look what they've won at this club. And you know, we thought Luka Modric was on his way out a couple of seasons ago. He signed a new deal. They keep trying to sign younger replacements, but the 3 old veterans keep on coming up with fabulous performances. And how good have they been this evening? How good has Toni Kroos been this evening?
Vazquez. Inside it goes here to Valverde. Shade over 10 minutes of the game to go, plus whatever we get added on. Real Madrid 3, Liverpool 1. Mendy now down this near side, midway inside the Liverpool half. He plays it inside to Kroos. Kroos was closed down by Wijnaldum. Isn't maybe the same pressing, same intensity, same energy that we saw from Liverpool in the early stages of the second half. Hard to keep up that level of intensity, admittedly. Casemiro now closed down by Fabinho. Now Kroos is closed down by Salah. Liverpool, whatever happens in this final 10 minutes or so, will come away with a lot of regrets, one would imagine, from that first half display. The tactical approach perhaps as well, something that they might, Jurgen Klopp, make well question of his own decisions in that respect. Well, it'll be very interesting to hear from him after the game. Benzema with the ball inside now to Casemiro. Casemiro fires it across here. Valverde with a chance to cross, and Benzema's at the back post, and Phillips got enough of a touch on that to take it away from Benzema, and it goes out of play on this near side for a Real Madrid throw-in.
Yeah, I thought that was going to arrive at either the head or the chest of Benzema, and Phillips got a very, very important flick just at the end. Lovely move involving 5 or 6 Real Madrid players, and they kept the ball so well. Actually, it's a double change. Shaqiri's on, and well, how about this? They're going for it because Roberto Firmino is on, and he's not replacing one of the forwards, Adam.
Yeah, Kabak has gone off. Also seeing Jota withdrawn, Shaqiri come on to replace him. So essentially 4 forwards on the pitch, although Shaqiri is capable of playing in a midfield 3. And he's straight away come over to this near side, the right, Shaqiri.
Fabinho's gone to centre-half as well.
Shaqiri's first act is to give it away to Modric. Back it comes now to Nacho. It's a really big 10 minutes this in the tie. Phillips brings it down really well under pressure from Valverde and gives it back to Alisson.
Well, he's certainly not short of confidence the way he has been playing. 24, probably thought the chance wasn't going to happen, it wasn't going to come at Liverpool, but in a Champions League quarter-final they're under pressure from the great Real Madrid. He's just plucked it out of the sky, turned and swiveled and volleyed it back. Glorious centre-half play.
Liverpool's 2 centre-halves, of course, earlier until January, Kabak was playing at a struggling Schalke, bottom of the table in the Bundesliga, and Nat Phillips was playing in the German second tier last season.
Yeah.
Thiago with a good ball now to Alexander-Arnold, chance of pulling it across, but Mendy was in the way of the cross from the Liverpool right back, and then Vinicius goes to ground. Having been caught by Alexander-Arnold, holding his face, Vinicius. Alexander-Arnold turned round and shouted something at the assistant referee and is being shown a yellow card. Well, it's difficult to know whether that was for the arm or for dissent. I think it was probably for dissent, actually.
Yeah, I would agree, and I don't think you can have too many complaints. He was frustrated that it was given, but there's no way that you can speak to an official the way he did. It was a really good ball from Thiago to find him initially, and I thought he was going to maybe cross it first time. Just took an extra touch, and it was a good piece of defending, but the game is on a knife edge, and so is the tie at the moment. It won't be over if it finished 3-1 to Real Madrid, but Liverpool know if they can just get a second here, they'll really believe, and we're going to see another change because Rodrygo is coming on for Real Madrid. So that is some legs going forward. Still believe maybe that they have a chance to score a 4th, of course, tonight.
Alexander-Arnold plays forward looking for Salah, but it rolls through to Courtois. I'll just say that there was hardly any contact from Alexander-Arnold on Vinicius. You wouldn't have known it from the way that he went down. You can understand how frustrated he was, Alexander-Arnold, but you're right, Chris, you can't react like that. You certainly can't get in the face. Well, he wasn't in the face, but it was a real verbal volley in the direction of the assistant.
Here comes the change then. Wonder whether it will be Vinicius who comes off. If it is, he's well, it is, and he has been the outstanding player on the pitch for 84 minutes. He's been absolutely brilliant. He was too good for Alexander-Arnold and for the Liverpool back 4 in the first half, and he's been less of an impact in the second. But you know, you score 2 goals in a Champions League quarter-final. That's very, very good going, and rightly so. He gets a high five and a pat on the back. One of his best ever performances for Real Madrid, bearing in mind the opposition, the circumstances. Quite possibly. I mean, he's man of the match for me.
There has been another goal in Manchester. It was 1-0 City. This happened moments ago. Jackie Oatley, your commentator.
Chan finds Bellingham, looking to attack City again. Lovely touch from Haaland. Here's Marco Reus. Reus with the equaliser. And Dortmund have the away goal. With 6 minutes remaining at the Etihad, Manchester City have dominated in the second half. They've had so many chances, they haven't taken them, and now the Dortmund captain, Marco Reus, has the leveller, the away goal. This tie is very much alive.
Incredible. Dortmund have got themselves level against the Premier League leaders. 5 minutes to go in Manchester, but from what I've seen of that game, Dortmund deserve that. And Marco Reus with his first goal since the 15th of December against Werder Bremen. And he was also the goal scorer when the sides met in the Champions League back in 2012. Here come Liverpool, 3-1 down, Adam.
Challenge on Mane towards the edge of the D. He's appealing for a free kick, but the referee had a good view of that and said no. Liverpool looking to win it back, and Casemiro surrounded by red shirts there. Firmino now. Final 5 minutes. Liverpool know full well just how important it is that they get one back here. Even if it's 3-2, the scoreline to take back to Anfield. They'll be piling on the pressure, you'd think, in the closing stages. Mo Salah looking to take it into the box, but it's tidied up by Nacho. Full credit, by the way, to Nacho and Militao, because they've been very good at the heart of the Real Madrid defence, and they've not really missed players of the calibre of Varane and Ramos. But still, Liverpool might have a chance, and it's a lovely turn here from Mane on the edge of the box. Can he swivel again here? Once more, Mane's gone down, and again, he doesn't get any decision from the referee.
No, I didn't think it was. It was a very rare error from Toni Kroos to presented the chance. Here's Firmino, though.
Firmino down the right.
Amazingly is back to his feet, Adam.
Yeah, inside it goes now to Wijnaldum. Real Madrid with plenty behind the ball here. Shaqiri to Alexander-Arnold. The ball into the box for Mo Salah. Mo Salah looking to turn in the box. It comes out to Wijnaldum. Just over 3 minutes to go. Alexander-Arnold works it to the right, and Shaqiri inside it goes to Wijnaldum. Movement on the edge of the box from Mo Salah, ignored by Wijnaldum, who couldn't... He just didn't maybe feel that the pass was on, and goes back to build again. Comes back now to Fabinho, who's playing as a centre-half. Plays it square to Phillips. Liverpool dominating possession. Real Madrid sitting back, getting everybody behind the ball, protecting what they've got in the closing stages here. Salah, inside it goes to Shaqiri. Shaqiri inside now to Wijnaldum. They're going to have to pick a pass at some point here, Liverpool. It's just keep ball for the moment. Fabinho to the left-hand side now. Thiago inside to Mane, who's come a little deeper to get involved. It's Firmino, it's Wijnaldum. 25 metres out, decided to try and drive one, but Real Madrid are so well organised at the back here. There's no pockets really for Liverpool to play the ball into, but concentration so important here for Real Madrid defensively in the closing stage. They can't switch off for a moment because Liverpool have got the weapons to hurt them. Robertson to Firmino. Thiago, this is almost like a training ground exercise of attack against defence, this.
Yeah, it is. They must have had the ball for about 2 minutes in and around the edge of the box, and here they come again.
Robertson looks to win the corner, and he does. It's going to be a chance this for Liverpool to whip it in as we enter the final 2 minutes of normal time.
I've just seen that half chance for Mane, and he went down on the edge of the box. That didn't look a free kick, and we've seen a replay, and it certainly wasn't. But this is a chance, and Alexander-Arnold, his deliveries have been really good all night long. Can he get this corner on the money?
Phillips is one of those up from the back. He got close to that, and it was Militao with a good defensive header. It's flicked on by Valverde. Thiago got to it first. It's a looped cross from Alexander-Arnold, and not a great header from Nat Phillips. And it's with Toni Kroos. Have they ridden that Liverpool pressure? Real Madrid looking to get out now, but Alexander-Arnold's won it back. Has he for Liverpool? As a foul on Vazquez, and Real Madrid, as we go into the final minute of normal time, have possession back, and there won't be any hurry to take this free kick. 3-1 they lead with a minute to go.
I just enjoyed that facial expression there from Lucas Vazquez, a puff out who looks exhausted. Real Madrid have put an awful lot of effort into this performance, and yeah, they might have 3 or 4 more minutes to see this one through and take a healthy 2-goal lead to Anfield. Liverpool most certainly not done yet, and they've won the ball, and they take the throw in a split second. Can they find that pass?
Wijnaldum to Alexander-Arnold, just inside his own half, plays it into the Real Madrid half, and Shaqiri, he turns and plays forward here to Firmino. Firmino holds off Casemiro, central position, 30 metres out, plays it to the left-hand side, and Robertson, inside it goes to Shaqiri. He looked for Salah, and it'll roll all the way through, and it will be a goal kick for Real Madrid as we move into added time. Real Madrid 3, Liverpool 1. It's going to be a minimum of 4 minutes added time in the Spanish capital.
Game on, 4 minutes, Adam Somerton. That is not the number that Real Madrid supporters or Sergio Ramos in the stands wanted to see. He'd love to be out there. This is his territory, isn't it? They're defending for their lives. They're heading everything that comes into the penalty area. They'd love to have him on the pitch now. Thibaut Courtois still not really made a save tonight. Of course, he's conceded a goal, but he's had an exceptionally quiet night against a team of Liverpool's quality.
Kroos loses possession to Shaqiri, and then it was a case of anywhere would do. The clearance from Casemiro into touch it goes, and Jurgen Klopp is first to the ball as he looks to get Liverpool going again down this right-hand side. Thiago, rather Wijnaldum to Phillips, and now Shaqiri. Thiago played it against his own player, Wijnaldum, and then Modric tied it up in the centre midfield for Real Madrid. Mendy inside to Kroos, now Casemiro. Wijnaldum with the ball back to Nat Phillips. He fires forward to Firmino. Could they create one last chance here, Liverpool? Thiago with Modric in front of him. He's found Mo Salah. Mo Salah looks to get on the turn, bounces off a challenge, and the shot was blocked. It looked like a combination of Militao and Nacho, who continue to play well at the heart of that Real Madrid defence. Phillips, Thiago, Wijnaldum. 2.5 minutes of the allotted 4 to go. Wijnaldum again. 3-1 Real Madrid lead in the closing stages of this first leg. Inside now to Firmino. Firmino with Modric in front of him. Modric put in the challenge but couldn't win it back, and now it's with Thiago. Robertson. Mane, surely it needs to be stuck in the box at some point here by Liverpool as Militao thumps it into touch.
Defended really well, Real Madrid, in the last 10 or 15 minutes, come under a lot of pressure. Haven't really conceded a single chance, though.
Could they create one here, Liverpool? Shaqiri. Can they go backwards here? Liverpool needs to go forward, and with great haste here in the closing stages. It's looking like it will be a 2-goal cushion for Real Madrid to take with them to England for the second leg. Shaqiri now, though. Shaqiri to Firmino. Militao did brilliantly again defensively for Real Madrid.
He did. He did. Full Brazil international, Nacho full Spanish international. It's not bad depth to have by the looks of it this evening, the way those two have played, with no Varane and with no Ramos.
Alexander-Arnold almost in a central midfield position here, gives it to Wijnaldum. We've had almost 3 of the 4 minutes added on. Wijnaldum to Salah, to Firmino. Liverpool just couldn't make it click in the final third there. Sliding challenge by Alexander-Arnold, he couldn't win it back, and now Real Madrid stream forward. Liverpool having to rush numbers back. Rodrygo with the pass inside, but there was a slip that let Liverpool off the hook, and maybe one last chance for them to get forward. It's Sadio Mane. Great challenge that by Luka Modric, who just stepped in superbly there to nick it back. And it's 3-1 to Real Madrid with just 30 seconds remaining.
There's been a goal in Manchester. It was 1-1. Your commentator, Jackie Oatley.
De Bruyne left-footed in towards Gundogan, and Foden has scored in the 90th minute. He's had so many chances this evening, but Phil Foden snatches the victory right at the death, just after Dortmund were coming away level after the first leg. But that's what Manchester City can do to you. Kevin De Bruyne heavily involved once again. It's Manchester City 2, Dortmund 1.
And the final whistle goes here in the Spanish capital as well. And Real Madrid will take that 2-goal cushion to Merseyside with them for the second leg. Vinicius Junior, perhaps the star of the show. There was some very good individual performances on the pitch tonight for Real Madrid, but with his 2 goals, you might argue he was the star man. Militao as well at the heart of the defence, alongside Nacho, excellent as well. Asensio it was who got the other Real Madrid goal. Liverpool had started the second half in brilliant fashion, really putting the pressure on, and made it 2-1 at the start of the second half through Mo Salah. But Vinicius Junior with the goal on 65 minutes that gives Real Madrid that 2-goal advantage. It finishes here, Real Madrid 3, Liverpool 1.
You've heard the action, now watch it. Download the official UEFA Champions League app to watch free video highlights of tonight's matches from midnight where you are.
So Liverpool are beaten in Madrid by 3-1. The full-time